Well, she's my stepdaughter, but she's my daughter. She's
Well, I was gonna say my 3 are step kids, but they're my kids.
That's right. That's right. Absolutely, buddy.
Where's the one from you? I hope you got it.
What?
608 Tennessee Street. I jack up on that one every time my dad gonna rattle.
It's not on here anymore.
What was that?
I don't
Out
remember.
of Bolivar.
And everything is in
Pioneer Outdoors.
That's
Right here.
Yeah, right there.
oh, here.
I don't own it. I don't own it.
Nah, you got it, buddy.
You got it, brother.
Hmm.
Man, y'all had a good week. Mine's
Sure,
been a
good
long.
day.
Mine's been a
We're
long.
live.
Having a bad week at all.
I've been
Yeah,
working, I've been working for the dead. We've been cleaning graveyards all week.
Uh-oh. I don't think I could. Here we go.
I didn't bother me. They wasn't gonna bother.
I don't think I could do that.
They don't bother me.
But now you can start sharing a little bit. Yes.
Some of them been there so long, they
The
didn't know
difference
it's
between what we're doing now.
1885.
We're doing
Yeah.
old stream service. It's not actually, what they're seeing is not Facebook Live. It is Facebook Live, but we're using
You know,
we're using a streaming
tell me what
service
all
to
is
do
out
it.
there.
So that's why we can't go through there and tag everybody the way we want to do it.
Chase Greg.
What's up, Chase?
Mr. Bobby.
I'll scoot up a little bit myself.
And what all kind of critters were out
Rodney McBride's watching.
Yeah.
Your wife's watching. Amber,
there? Uh-huh.
she's watching. Hey, Miss Amber, how you? I wish you could have come tonight. I'd love to meet you.
Sorry,
Auction. Had a buddy of mine that used to hunt out there. He's dead now, but he got.
Yeah, you're gonna have to be. It's not okay.
That's federal. That's federal.
They cleaned his freezer out. They went to his house and cleaned everything out of his freezer.
That's federal.
They got his.
Mac, you need a tan on them legs, brother.
They got his.
Hey, Miss Marilyn Booth, how you doing? Miss Marilyn, just let me know when everything gets down to the house and I'll take care of it for you.
I can't believe Chase saying something about my legs.
Tell him, send us a picture of his legs.
Yeah. Chase, send me a picture of your legs.
Hey, Jackson, buddy, how'd you do today on your pre-fish? I see you watching. Let me see. There he is. I meant to call you a little while ago, buddy, but we got busy. So hopefully you caught some big fish today.
She's just get her head.
Yeah, I noticed it coming too.
Oh, I thought she couldn't get her head.
Here it goes. I thought it was gonna happen.
See.
So how many bones did you end up breaking over your career?
Zero. That's
Are you
amazing.
serious?
Absolutely zero.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
You weren't going fast enough then.
Well, probably not. You're probably not.
You weren't going fast enough then.
You're probably right.
I didn't have no career and I broke more than that.
Look, I had plenty wrecks. Somehow I made it through.
Wow.
Yeah.
You sound like my brother.
I was just lucky.
What you mean? You're my brother. My brother even worked at the Great Outdoor Store with Daryl. Called him Pooh.
Yep, I do remember him. I do.
That was my brother.
Okay, it's 7 o'clock, guys. Y'all ready to get started? Sure. Mac, you ready to get
Yes,
started?
sir.
Hey, hello everyone, and welcome to Wildlife Addiction, live Facebook and YouTube show. And I'm getting some text messages here. I apologize for that. Our goal here, everybody, is we want to be a resource in helping each of you just hopefully become better hunters, better stewards of the land. This is a program, it's for hunters by hunters. We're simply hunters ourselves, just like y'all are. Right. And we want to be an avenue for people to either give us information to share, or for us to give some information and share, just to make your time in the outdoors, for those guys of us that work hard every day. We know we're limited on time. Just whatever we can do to make the outside a lot better for each other. I'm Keith Haywood.
Rodney McBride.
And we're going to introduce our guest here in a little while, but what we're going to do is our sponsors, because we got amazing guests here. And we're gonna learn that we were surrounded by each other a long time, but we'll get into that in a little while. But we're sporting a Spur brand shirts tonight. We have some amazing sponsors. And number one, if it weren't for them, we would not be sitting here. And if it weren't for mainly for the viewers, the people that watch every week and send us messages and encourage us, we, day in, day out, every week, you're the reason why we're doing this. And we appreciate y'all very much. Mac, if you want to start on the sponsorship,
Well,
button.
we got an announcement first.
Well, we can do our announcements. Go ahead, let's go ahead and get our sponsors done, and then
Oh, Stormy. Oh, my goodness.
we'll
Oh, my God.
yeah, she
No. Is that you?
not me, brother.
God, no. God. Go ahead.
All right, we have Sheridan Valley Outfitters, Iowa hunting for deer and turkey in Wayne County, which is Zone 5. It's quality Iowa hunting that's affordable. Reach the staff to book a hunt by calling 660-346-1467, or you can visit their website at SheridanValleyOutfitter.com. And there's several different numbers on there that you can, there's my problem. There are, if you look up the website, if you call the number I gave you and you don't get an answer, there's 3 numbers on there, and you can call any of them or another one, and you're going to talk to somebody. And then we have First Products, turf and agricultural equipment built to last. First Products equipment is factory direct. There's no middleman. I have one right here. We're gonna do a show. Once we start planting, we're gonna do some highlight shows on some of the drills and some of the seed products we use. But there, like I said, there is no middleman. This is a factory direct piece of equipment. So when you call down there, there's not a salesperson outside of there. So you're saving some money on the middleman. And you can reach First Products by calling 229-471-4204, or you can reach them at sales@firstproducts.com. And the first in that is the 1 and a ST. Let me see here. Go ahead, Mac. I think you got the rest of them, buddy.
All right. Buckbuster Seed Company, 318-336-9890. Christy will take great care of you guys, or you can Google Buckbuster Seed to find a dealer near you. Wildlife Seed Solutions. Call Mason Chandler at 731-592-4361. Mason is a real world seed dealer. Wildlife Addiction Food Plots and Service. You can call Keith Haywood at 731-780-6426, or call me, Rodney McBride, at 901-603-6601. Also, we have Sanders Auto Sales of Greenbrier. Buy there, pay there. No credit checks required. Call Mark Tate at 615-643-3740. Then we have Pioneer Outdoors Sports. Call Robert Myers at 731-659-2400. They're located at 608 Tennessee Street in Bolivar, Tennessee.
You did so good on that one.
Thank you, baby.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. I did all right. See, he dogs me out. He does not give me any credit whatsoever.
That's
Until we're
608
like this right here.
That's 608. Boy, he just used Dr. Blank on it. Go ahead, I'm sorry. We have one more.
I hope you stutter. I'm going to jump all over
I'm
you.
probably going to.
You mind if I keep going on with our good sponsors? Because this is one of my favorites right here.
All right.
Right. I have one. Okay, Spur brand. Hey, they're more than just a brand. You can go to sport@spurbrand.com or call 215-747-7242. Hey, check out their apparel. They're amazing.
The calls.
Man, they start chirping when you start opening up the box. I mean, I'm surprised you can't hear it right now. This is a good call right here. So that's all I have for our announcements, our sponsors.
Okay, Tracy was trying to tell me something. Did somebody make a comment, honey?
Who's your text?
Oh, yeah, Chase, give me 1 second, buddy, and I'll do that. Give me 1 minute.
But Keith,
All right.
we're going to Hardin County it's a great cause.
Yes.
I mean,
yes, we're
it's
gonna be there.
hunt the cure.
Hunt the Cure. We're going to be there. The juvenile hunt week. It's going to be a juvenile hunt that we're going to go up there. You're going to guide. I'm going to film. We've been invited to go up there and be a part of that. And we're
Right.
excited about that. So yeah, tell them about that.
I'm not for sure if they have any more openings. Let us know if anybody's watching from Hunt the Cure up there. It's actually April the 5th through the 7th. It's like he said, it's the youth hunt. 100% goes to St. Jude. You can go to the website at www.huntthecure.com. It's a first come, first served basis. So check them out. Hunt the Cure at P.O. Box 1782, Savannah, Tennessee 38372. Like I said, I don't know how many spots they have left, but hey, it's a good opportunity for you to take a youth out and go hunting. They have like 20 spots. I'm not for sure if they have any more available.
Or they were gonna try to take 25, is that right?
Something like that. So,
And Chase, I'm looking at your stuff now. Thank you for that. So we have some hunter safety courses coming up, guys. For your Middle Tennessee people, we're gonna have one. They're gonna have a hunter safety course March the 30th. It's gonna run from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's at White House General Baptist Church. The address is 4012 Highway 31 West in Cottontown, Tennessee. I've never heard of Cottontown, Tennessee. I know it's in Sumner County, which is Region 2. You can call, you can get your information or whatever you need to do, or sign up, register, whatever you have to do by calling 615-218-5772. And then we have a hunter safety class right here in Brownsville, Tennessee. It's coming up April. It's going to be a 3-day event. It's going to be April the 1st, April the 2nd, and April the 4th from 5 to 9 p.m. And it's going to be at Zion Baptist Church here in Brownsville. And the number to call for registration or information on that one is 629-266-0466. And my buddy Chase just sent me, I got to blow him up a little bit, Hunter Education Classroom Course, registration open. It's 35 or 40 seats remaining. It's at the Tennessee Forester Center in Newport, Tennessee, our East Tennessee guys. So Newport, Tennessee is in East Tennessee. That's going to be held Friday, March the 22nd. And it's going to be from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Plus one additional day. Let me check the second one here. All right, there's another hunter's education class in, it's going to be at the Del Rio Community Center Fire Hall in Del Rio, Tennessee. And it's going to be Saturday the 13th from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. I don't have any contact numbers on there, but that's two more. And I'm assuming, Chase, that's East Tennessee for that one as well. The moms and dads, hunting season's getting here. Let's get these kids outside, get them out there hunting. I believe that covered everything. Now we're ready to get to the man of the hour.
the man of the hour.
We got a couple guys here. Mr. Jeff Fuller sitting on the end down there. He's been on here before, and we've become just wonderful friends with Mr. Jeff. He's family to us now. And we went to the Fuller Strong event. It was the Fuller Strong auction and dinner, and I got to meet Keith. And it was brief. Keith Guyton. Let me make sure I pronounce that last name correctly. Keith Guyton. Correct. And Mr. Jeff, after he was a busy man that night, but the next day, I believe it was the next day, maybe you called me and I brought up meeting Keith, and you said that he had to be the happiest guy on the planet.
He's got the most positive. The most positive guy. He's the only one that comes back every year. I got a spot open for him, muzzle loader second week, and we just go set the blind. We have the biggest time. Absolutely the biggest time. We just hang out. Do our thing. He may kill one, he may not. It don't bother him one way or the other.
Right.
He don't kill it. I try to get him killed. Sometimes he won't. So
why is that?
He don't get angry.
Well, I mean, why don't you shoot him? He wanted a big dog. Just cause little one was sucking on mama, he didn't want to shoot her.
But didn't you get both of them?
I told him to take both of them.
Those were against your rules.
Exactly.
Yeah. But Keith, you did not grow up. I mean, you and I we talked for quite a while last night. Great conversation. And you didn't grow up. I guess I'm going to go ahead and just make sure everybody understands that you're in a wheelchair. Mm-hmm. Right now, you're in a wheelchair. Yes, but you didn't, you hunted a little bit growing up, a little bit. We said you did some rabbit hunting with the family. But you were a big motocross guy. You were a motorcycle guy.
On the track.
On the track all the time. So, and so the story from you, I guess I want to start from when you were a kid and kind of lead up through your child, you know, what you did, what you still do for a living, kind of what happened, and then what led you into meeting Mr. Jeff. I want us to go, you know, every story has a beginning, a middle, and an end, and I want to start from the beginning, and we're going to work our way up to Mr. Jeff. So, how in the world did you get into motocross?
Some guys locally were actually racing,
Mm-hmm.
and my dad was actually renting on their machines. So we had them in our shop pretty much all the time before events and whatnot.
Yeah.
And they just happened to take me to an event one time, and I was hooked after that. Of course,
So
I always had a bike anyway.
Yeah. So your dad was a mechanic. So you grew up around bikes just like I did. I grew up racing and it's, you know, I have a bike. It wasn't here. I have a bike up there. I got to ride the other day. I don't get to ride as much as I want to, but so that started kind of as you were a kid, falling in love with just bikes themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You grew up just like I did, out riding and being
in the field every day until dark, after dark. You know, telling how many gallons of gas.
We had a store. We had a store up from the house, and so all my buddies would meet at my dad's house, and we'd go up there. He had a charge account up there. We'd go up there and fill all the 3-wheelers up, and we'd ride. We'd ride all day. We'd ride all day, half the
all
night.
day long.
You know, there were no cell phones back when we were little. There was, hey, where are you going to be?
Yep.
Well, we're going to be between this farm and this farm, and very seldom did they ever come look for us. But we kind of popped back in and out during the day.
You would check in.
Oh, absolutely. So, the motocross racing is something you started doing high school?
Let's see. I was 16, my very first race. 16,
your very first race. And I think we talked last night. I think I'm 52, and I think you're a couple of years younger than me.
50.
So we've been around them, looking with them 2-strokes, especially.
Yes, sir.
Man, them 2-strokes.
That's what I cut my teeth on.
I've been trying to get him to ride my bike.
No.
Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen. You had to take it to the scrapyard after I'm through.
Man, but or take him to scrapyard. But
Something's not gonna be good after that.
for people that didn't grow up riding, like it's something that's just in your blood.
Exactly.
And
you get hooked.
You get hooked. And she knows. My wife knows that when I tell her, look, I'm fixing to go ride for a little while, she knows it's good. I'm going to clear my head.
It's good for you.
Yeah, it's good for you. So let the wind hit your knees and
Yep.
But it's funny that you and I never crossed paths because, I mean, we kind of did some similar things, but different things too. We know a lot of the same people. Daryl Lankin, Joseph and Judson Farrell. What about Wally? What was Wally's last name from Jackson? Had a motocross track behind his house. Practice track was behind his house. Wally, it'll come back to me in a minute. But we knew a lot of the same folks growing up. So now, as a rider, did you hold your own pretty good?
I did pretty good. Yeah, did pretty good. I would say probably out of West Tennessee, we were probably one of the lucky ones to actually be able to go to big events.
Right.
And actually place top 10s.
And some
top
national
15s,
events, some big
national
stuff.
Events.
Yeah, because like Joseph and Judson, they went to Japan.
Exactly.
They were TT racers. They were 3-wheeler racers and then converted over to 4-wheeler.
They were ahead of their time.
They big time ahead of their time.
They were ahead of
I
their
believe at one time they were ranked number 1. They're twins.
Yep.
They were ranked number 1 and number 2 in the world. They were world champions.
Before money got involved.
Before money got involved in. Growing up, doing what I did, a lot of drag racing, some flat track and some hill climbing, some hair scrambling. Didn't do near the motocrossing that you did, but just riding, man.
Just riding.
The love for riding bikes.
I had a track at my house, and I pretty much rode every day.
Right.
At least I would do 2 30-minute motos pretty much every day.
Just
on
practice.
top of training.
Yeah.
And normally this was 7 days a week.
Wow. I mean, they don't realize what kind of shape you have to be in to handle a 20-lap main or a 25-lap main. You run
Has to be tiring.
Oh, God.
I mean, unless you train for it.
Well, you train for it. You train for the heat. You know, you're in events that it's 1 year to Loretta's. It was like 111, and you got 20 minutes plus 2 laps in each class you're in, and it's 3 moto format. And in 2001, they hauled out, I think it was 10 or 11 of us for heat exhaustion. And I trained my butt off that year and still left there from heat exhaustion.
So you lifted, you ran, you did ate, you had a strict diet and rode. And I did Loretta Lynn's hair scramble. Now my last hair scramble event, I was 32, so that was 20 years ago. And I had to get somebody to drive me home. But it was a great race. I was on one of my bikes, and Daryl had actually done a little work to me. It was one of my bikes that I ran in one of like what they call a super stock event and I know we got a guy here who understands all about that. My buddy Skyler, he loves to ride. But the motor was fast. There was 25 of us, and I was running like a pro-am class. So there was 25 of us. And you start. Have you ever been to a hair scramble? So you start.
You got to run.
Kickstand. Yeah, well, they let us sit on it.
Oh, really?
We did get to sit on it, but the motor had to be dead. Yep. And your kickstand, your kickstart could be out.
Exactly.
But you had to be in a seating position. Well, out of 25, I was third from last. It took me 3 kicks to get my bike going. I was third from last to start. And then it was 150 yards. It's about a 500-foot run before you got to the woods. But you know what happened? Woods is wide enough for one.
What was that?
I was third from the last, but I was the second one in the woods. I come around everybody, and I paced that guy for the first 2 laps. I'd run up on him. I found my place where I could pass. Nobody was with us. And, then we started meeting lap riders, but I stayed with him. And, we come through, we go through the motocross section, we fall off back in the bottom. And I was going to wait till about the 5-mile mark. On the 5-mile mark of the last lap, you had to stop and get scanned. There was 2 scans in the last lap, but the 5-mile mark was one of my scans. And I had 3 places picked out between there and finish line to pass him. And I would back off and run up, back off and run up, cut a front tire, and fell back to 12th. I fought that thing. So, but physically, I know what you went through because it was tough.
You guys run like miles.
Miles. It was 10.5 miles per lap, and it was 3 laps. And man, you talking about mud and trees. And I saw one guy, man, we were running through there, and it was a lap rider we were fixing to catch up to. And he hit something and veered off, and he center punched 2 oak trees with his front tires running about 55.
No, man.
And he was. It was just tail over head. And I started to stop to check on him. They had people that rode the course. But anyway, I could go on about the race, the glory days. We could talk about that all night.
Exactly.
So what led up? So you grew up motocrossing, and apparently people watching knew that you didn't do it in a wheelchair. So lead us up to what happened that got you. And look, if you ever get to know him, or if you're watching this and you do know Keith, Mr. Jeff, I know you're going to vouch for this, because this is not a disability. This is just a minor restriction, very minor.
He puts himself in the buggy and gets himself out.
Yeah.
He drives.
I got a big lifted truck.
Yeah.
Do you really?
Yeah.
But, and we were talking last night before you get into that side of the story, that we both grew up, and even Matt, because he played, he was drafted to play some pro baseball.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, out of high school.
Wow.
Out of high school. So it's that competitive side of you that second place to me, you might as well
lost.
I might as well been in last place.
Last place.
I couldn't stand it. It just devastated me to finish anything but first. I'd race you down the driveway. I would do anything you wanted to do to prove I was better, faster, stronger, whatever it took. I didn't care. And that competitive side probably led over to your personality and how independent you are now.
Because I definitely think that helped.
Yeah, that does not go away. But anyway, I'll ramble on. So if you don't mind, if it's something that you don't mind talking about, lead us up to kind of what happened and what happened.
Well, it was October the 4th of '09. Sitting around the house, and a buddy of mine just called out of the blue that Sunday and was like, "Let's go ride." And for whatever reason, I mean, the signs were there not to go riding that day.
Yeah.
But I ignored them because it was nasty. It was this time of year, weather-wise, and it just happened to be a day that you could go ride.
Was it still slick though? Was the track still?
Oh yeah, it was
wet?
muddy. Yeah. It was muddy, and it was a little cool. You know, you put on the hoodie and whatnot. So
it was loose. Yeah.
Take off and get there, and the day, you know, normal day, load up, get there, get dressed. For whatever reason, I wasn't put my chest hard, my neck protected. Something told me to put it on that day.
Right.
And told my buddy I'd take a few laps. So I get out there and get going around, and I mean, it wasn't that bad, but it was lines everywhere. It was kind of
a lot of folks out there. It was a practice type.
It was just a practice day. Yeah. About the 4th or 5th lap, little boy hopped up. I just kind of told him, "Hey, one more finger." He got his head.
You're taking one more lap. Yeah.
I was gonna pull in.
Yeah.
Well, I just started jumping a triple, and when I got to it, the little boy took the line that I'd been using, and the line that I took, it just spun real bad.
Yeah.
Came up short. Needless to say, I hit the jump at the peak of engine cases. No handlebars, laid there, and was like, you know, what's going on? I can't get up, can't move, can't even turn over to alert anybody that I'm down, you know, which was like the weirdest. And my buddy rode up on me and was like, "Why aren't you getting up?" And I'm like, "Can't get up."
Right.
And he's like, "Well, I don't understand why." And I'm like, "Me either, but I'm in trouble." You know?
Right.
It's one of those situations where I think he looked at my face and could tell like something's bad wrong.
Yeah,
you know? He'd never seen me like that. Right. Any other time, I mean, I've had some bad offs.
Yeah.
Like, shouldn't have got up and run back to the fight. This time I fall for you and stuck there.
You told me last night.
Yeah,
it was on the phone. Yeah.
You know, knocked out for 10 minutes. You know, those. But this one was just a simple get off, and I'm laying there. And so the paramedics get out to me, which the day that the ambulance was there.
And you were not even in Tennessee.
We were in Kentucky.
That's right.
And laid there, seemed like forever before the ambulance service got there. They get there, cut everything off. It's probably about like today. It's kind of chilly.
Yeah.
And I'm still kind of complaining about them just burning up.
Really?
Yeah. And they were kind of looking at me, and finally the paramedics just looked at each other real weird. And I'm like, "There's something bad wrong." At that point. And then that's when they said the helicopter coming in. I thought, I may not make it at that point, because normally if the helicopter comes in,
it's bad.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
And they said the helicopter's coming in, which they come in, got me stable, got me in the helicopter, took me to Cape, was the first hospital. Examined me there, and the doctor was like, "We can't do it." At that point, I really didn't think I was going to make it. I thought it was pretty much over. And get me back in the air, takes me to St. Louis, which was also a bad situation because it was around the time when all the rioting and stuff was going on. And so they were not taking care of anybody that came in there. It was just like paramedics and police and stuff like they were taking care of. So I got left in a hallway for like a day and a half. Yeah. Wow. So like a whole day and a half. And they come in, of course my parents get there, and my mom's like, you know, everything's gonna be fine. She's just used to be like,
this is nothing out of the norm.
You know, of course I looked at her and this is not sounds not good. No, and I'm not even making tonight is what I told her.
Right.
And she just went to crying, and I'm like, you know, I'm good. It's not a bad situation. I'm happy.
Right.
doing what I love. I always said if I went out, that was what I was gonna do.
Yeah.
And they finally get me stable there, tell me what all was wrong. Of course, they're worried more about the back. Shattered my back. I got now 2 rods and 13 screws in my back.
Wow.
Blew out my MCL, my ACL, my left leg, broke 2 ribs, broke both my lungs. Got 3 or 4 teeth from clamping.
Yeah.
And I basically spit them out while I was laying on the ground.
Really?
And Doc basically was like, you know, he's never going to do anything, get him back to school, get him a desk job. He's never going to be outside, be around everybody. My dad 2 days after the was like, this ain't happening.
Yeah, brother.
And he's like, what's your game plan? He's like, I can already see it. I was like, we're building. And sure enough, we got a hope to look out that his son.
Mhm.
So 2 weeks into the hospital, I'm already thinking about building a dirt bike.
That's awesome right there.
And of course, the doctor's telling my parents, you know, he's not going to do this. My dad just told the doctor one day, he's like, it's like, you just don't even know. And this, I got sent from St. Louis to Sheriff Center in Atlanta.
Mhm.
The day I got there, the very first day I got there, matter of fact, we went straight to the mat and I never had set up or anything. And the girl's like, we're just going to try a few things and see, you know, where you're at. She grabbed the ball and just tossed it. So I just grabbed it. I slinged it back. She couldn't catch it. She looks at me, she's like, you said you haven't been up. I haven't.
You've been laying flat.
Yeah, I've been laying flat all the time.
Wow.
So,
Surgeries have been done.
yeah. And they got me stable with my back and all. And so I'm laid the whole time. As a matter of fact, when I got to Shepherd Center, I had bed sores. Just laying there. And she did it again. I caught it. This ain't normal.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, but I'm not the normal person. I'm a motocrosser.
Mhm.
I'm already in the mind frame of getting my work done, getting out of here.
We're going home. We got
Yeah,
things to
exactly.
do.
I got stuff to do.
Yeah.
So the very first day I started out working out, takes me down, mind you, I ain't been in a wheelchair or anything yet.
Right.
But I'm determined at that point, I'm not gonna let her know this.
Yes.
So I'm going on the outing with them. We take off. Remember going down the hill towards Peachtree Street there,
Uh-huh.
downtown Atlanta. And when I get to the curb, I almost came up on the highway.
I mean, this is your first time.
First time in a wheelchair.
You're going down.
Yes. Don't know how to stop. Don't know how to pop a wheelie because I haven't done any of that.
The shop. I mean, they really.
And almost come out. And of course, they come and grab me and they're freaking out and whatnot. And they're like, I thought you've done this before. I'm like, you never asked me if I've done this before. You just said we was going on an outing, you know?
Yeah.
So from that point on, they were like, "That's not normal. We're not even gonna start baby steps."
That's right.
Everything from that point was where people had been for months. I was already doing the same stuff. And I mean, I was literally there a month and a half. And they called me one day and was like, "You're going home." And I'm like, "What do you mean I'm going home? You're going home. You're done. Can't be done.
Yeah.
Everybody else has been here for months."
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, yeah, but you come here and worked your tail off and we're done. We don't have anything else for you to do. You know, and they're like, "What's your plan now?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm going back to the racetrack." So that's exactly what I did. I went back home and the team that I was working for at that time decided that they didn't think I could do my job and they let me go.
So you were a mechanic rider.
Mhm.
You did both.
I did. Sure did.
They let you go.
And instead of getting upset about it, I decided that I'd make some calls. I knew a bunch of people in the industry, and I just put the word out that I need Then yeah, I was phone rung and a guy from Mississippi called me, Tupelo, Mississippi called me. He said, I'm working for my kid. What do you mean? Work for my kid? I'm an adult, you know. Said, work for my 10-year-old. And at that time, his 10-year-old was slated to become the next national champion by the time he was an adult. That good.
Was he out for rider?
Mm-hmm.
Two-stroke at the time.
Exactly. Little Cobras. Something I said I need to work on. His Cobra was a 50. 50cc. They screamed. But the very first week I started with them, we went to Virginia at the first national, and he got a concussion at the end, so I pulled him and told him. And his dad is like, "What am I doing?" I'm like, "I'm going through the bike." Well, I did a little Cobra that weekend, and it was supposed to be a race trial period. We got back home, it was like, "Don't need it. You already got the job." But he acted that day. And we went on to win, I think, 9 or 10 events that year, championship. Come back the next season, won the championship. Third season, we were leading, and he broke his leg real bad.
Heard of that place.
Broke his leg real bad. Had surgery and all.
He was out for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at that point, I was starting to kind of wind down. I've been up there like 16.
Yeah.
At that point, I was already 30, 38 or 9.
Mm-hmm. And you were on the road like you are right now.
Yeah.
So that added some talent,
Exactly.
some extra work.
It was getting out of a 18-wheeler motorhome every day, wheelchair, get myself in the trailer, which was a double-decker car haul trailer. And then even, simple things, getting out the track and being able to show hidden lines and stuff like that. I went out on track.
So you not only were his mechanic, you were for lines,
Working out,
Yeah.
to eat.
right?
We met back in August, and they were at Laura Lynn's.
Mm.
It's funny because he's dating now, of course, in college. He's like, "Yeah, I told my girlfriend about the donut story. Donut weekend." Okay. We've been watching what he's doing, eating right, whatnot. So I didn't want that donut. So I really want it bad. Okay. Give me 50 push-ups.
You can have that.
Then you go do 50 crunches, and then you're going to run to where the donut is.
That's right.
And then you don't run back. So how bad do you want that donut? He did it one time.
Yeah.
You want that donut after that. So,
And he told me about some things to do. To be at that level,
had to train.
it had to be some sacrifice. Most people
And
can't do.
it was a lot of sacrifices, even from an average childhood. You miss out on a lot.
They're starting,
know?
they started.
Exactly. I've worked with some kids that are 45 years old.
Yeah.
And you think that, what do they know at that age? But they really know how to ride a bike
Yeah.
or a four-wheeler.
Yeah, you think they're going to jump on,
Exactly.
twist the gas, and let's go.
This kid would be like, I could tell him to go jump. That'd be something to do. He wouldn't even ask questions. He just got, he trusted me enough to do it, and would just go do it. Like, we went to Unadilla up there at a big race, and they had it was 100-foot hill. And so, so he comes back looking at his bike, and his arm's bent. Arm bent. So I switch it out. He goes back out. He comes back in. What are you doing? Pro rider comes over. He's like, told his dad. He said, "You don't understand what he's doing. He's trying to clear the 100-foot."
Yeah.
Little kid we went and watched him. He was pulling up as hard as he could over the front end of it, trying to shove it, and he was coming up probably from here to the tractor and just smacked it.
Yeah.
And it was just bending the arms, and of course, he finally quit doing it. He didn't have no feeling until after he broke his leg. Once he broke his leg, kind of woke him up a little bit. But before that, no feeling. But the racing kind of got to where it was kind of. You come back home, you wore out for a week or so, and these were 2 to 3 weeks. I'd have to drive back to the we were going for how long? Yeah, exactly. Michigan, California, Texas. Exactly. And at 38, I was kind of got the road and really just started. So now I've got a shop at my place. I mean, I service like Mr. Jeff's stuff, and I still build bikes for different ones now.
Right.
But just not as much.
Are you as up on the 4-stroke suspensions and all that stuff as you were the 2-stroke? Because I knew when you rode, you were 2-stroke guy.
Yeah.
And there's a ton of difference in your mouth weight.
Well, I cut my teeth on the 4-stroke. Me and my brother were the first two to have the here. Matter of fact, Stuart Cooper was one of the first guys.
And you worked there.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody that knows you probably knew you from the outdoor stores. Or Fox Honda with Kimba and them. Mm-hmm. We did a lot of business at both sides.
We raced out of both sides. They actually sponsored me and out of both sides. And so we jumped on the 4-stroke, and that year we jumped on them. Everybody was laughing.
Straight to the 450s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, which was 400 at that time.
That's right.
400s. Yeah. And they were not tested bikes. Everybody were having issues with them. And working at the Great Outdoor Store, it gave me an opportunity to be able to kind of figure them out. Ordered up a bunch of stuff to figure out how to get them and whatnot.
That's right.
And once I figured them out, then it got to where it's become now everybody calls me if they got a 4-stroke problem, running trouble or motor blow. I build them, put them together, that stuff, tune them. And,
that is amazing. That's great. That is amazing.
I still have 2. Got one. I got a Honda. I'll put you on.
Hey, that was going to be my next
question.
I
got a Honda. I'll put you on.
Where you were from, what you did, please tell me what you started riding, because that means a lot to me.
I was a Honda guy. I was a Honda guy.
That's
I still am.
It wasn't red.
It had to be red. Now, granted, I rode blue, rode Suzuki's.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, that was kind of going to be there. To be honest.
Yeah. But they've come a long way.
I even had a year where Mr. Beasley took me off the course, put me back on a 2-stroke. And the next season, I was like, I protested. I'm done. I'm not riding another 2-stroke.
Right.
Put me back on a 4-stroke.
And that's what, I cut my teeth on 2-stroke. That's what I rode all the way up to. The 4-strokes are what he rides. And I love them, but that power band in the 2-stroke is undeniable. And it's kicking and that sound.
It's the whole sound.
Everything.
The smell.
The smell. That, oh,
you
man.
Can't beat the smell. You can go in a shop and pick a bike up and just smell the smell. It's exhaust.
Oh, that you mix in there.
It's better than cologne.
Oh, I guarantee you.
It's better than cologne.
Man, dude, me and you. We
come sit their stand.
Oh my God. Look, this man right here had a quick I am so impressed by you. I want to lead into. So you're still turning wrenches. You work for yourself. You're married. You have kids.
Mm-hmm.
So coming off the road, it was just time. It was time for a change. It was time to settle down a little bit. And
it was burning that candle at both ends for years. Yeah. And to be honest, I contribute that to why I'm in a wheelchair. To be honest, and I always told my parents and everybody around me that that was the way a big man slowed me down.
That's the only way for him to keep you still enough to do anything else.
Exactly. And there was other reasons, at that point, like was so driven about racing. Straight tunnel vision, just tons of life experiences and stuff. You know, my mom had cancer. I'm out in Reno, Nevada at an event, and what can I do out there? You know, so.
And he can relate to that, you know, all the traveling. You know, his life was dedicated to chasing that dream,
Exactly.
chasing that same thing. Yeah. So run me into, we can make this an all-night show. And I'm telling you, he has not quit grinning over there. And I keep looking at him, and it's almost about to make me emotional because watching him.
There's a reason how we ended up meeting.
And that's, I got to hear it.
How's that?
I got to hear it.
So, out of the blue, I got a call one weekend talking about, why don't you take a whole part of it? And I didn't know what it was or anything.
Right.
Wasn't deer hunting or nothing. Never had.
Right.
Well, I had buddies that grew up deer hunting, but nobody's gonna take me in the woods.
Right.
And my bet definitely wasn't going in the woods at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Or being out there after it got dark,
Right.
you know. So it was like nobody. I didn't have the opportunity. And so one of the guys on the wheelchair basketball team called me up. He was supposed to make that. So that spot open for me. All right.
Yeah.
So they're playing the story on Morgan, and I immediately just got chills. And I heard about her before. She was in there. She got sick that week, right?
Yeah.
And wasn't able to come, so I never got to meet her. Well, then of course she didn't make it.
Right.
Well, I felt an attachment to him just because of it.
Right.
And we didn't even, I don't think we even talked that.
That first
That
thing
time.
we really never did.
Yeah, we never really even talked.
It buzzed around the room.
Yeah.
You know, I can help people.
That's right.
And so, fishing deal. That's actually one of the
I come up with this idea to do a fishing thing, so I invited my whole outdoors because I didn't know anything about it. So Keith come. When we started the hunt, he was the second hunter there. We had a youth hunt, and then Keith come in, and we coming back from another farm. We had a farm we hunted. We both were friends with this guy. He passed away last year, last part of that. And so we're talking about deer. And I said, wouldn't it be funny if there's one there? And I told him, made him sign a paper, so don't shoot one in the yard. And so we got it back good. No, we got our buck, and I said, don't shoot it. Yeah.
And that's where the thought is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go the road. And I just turned and got it sideways. I said, just wait, he's coming. He's going to fall right. Go come right by. He did. He
I didn't have my gun.
He killed him in the yard.
Gun was in the back of the
Yeah,
spot. He got the gun out.
I got the gun.
He got the gun out, give it to me, and then I had to set up on the. He's like, you set up on the rear and shoot it.
Yeah.
This boy ain't even paying attention to us the whole time.
Wow.
We making all this noise and moving around, not even.
Right there in the yard.
Yeah.
They broke the first rule. Yeah.
He broke
the first rule.
So we got to laugh at that, and then two more does that weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, two more does that weekend. I was hooked after that.
Awesome.
And so just kind of hooked up that way ever since. We've done what?
Every year.
Yeah.
Since 18. Since 18.
Yeah.
He's been there every year.
Yeah.
Whether we kill anything or not.
Even the COVID year, I wouldn't post a hunt nobody. Right. I was not gonna tell him no.
That's right.
I wasn't gonna do it.
Hey, I made it. And then after we spoke, you and I have had the same conversation about when you meet somebody, you know pretty quick their character already. Just in a 10-second conversation. You can hear those.
And I was getting around on my own.
He wouldn't let me heck him do it.
Right.
No, he
Wheel out around and I pop a wheelie and wheel down to the blind or whatever.
he's helped me figure out how to do this thing like it ought to be. How to get the torches right, how simple as rope on the door.
That picture I sent you yesterday,
Yeah.
I was in a field in Ohio when we shot that deer. And my buddy was back behind us.
Mm-hmm.
By the time he got to the four-wheeler, I was halfway down a bean field.
Dragging that deer.
Going to the
Going
field.
to
Going to the
Okay.
field. I was halfway down the field. And it was tractor ruts and all. I wheelied that field and was almost to the deer. And that's probably the reason why my shoulders went down the way they did, because I didn't wait. Like, and they went to the way, whatever. I'm not going, you know. But I didn't.
Yeah, but hunting is something that I think you're going to totally agree, and Matt's going to agree. You just got to do it.
Oh yeah.
To understand, and you and I were talking, and we were talking about this, and both these two guys are definitely going to get this. But how many sunrises people say they watch, truly watch, not from the kitchen table drinking coffee. I'm talking about sitting outside, listening to the Lord's creation, wake up,
Yes.
and watch these sunrises.
It's amazing.
You know, we're out there, and most of the time it's just us, and we probably spend more time. It's personal time to a lot of people, but it's time with the Lord. It is. Is it not an amazing thing? And to sit there, but to get to share it with people that you love, that tops anything, is to be able to share it with the ones that you care about, the ones you love.
Especially too, because most times people with the biggest problem, the biggest positive. They are. They've lived a hard life, and it's just they're like Keith, just a special person.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just.
I always said I lived before my accident.
Mhm.
So after my accident, I wasn't gonna curl up and die. I was gonna continue to live. And so that's what I do now. It's I do whatever I want to do. I hunt religiously as much as I can, and
Do you try to mentor any of like people that are have some disability or handicaps and because
people I
obviously
meet out, I'll try to reach out to them and stay in touch.
That's right.
I mean, I've even gone back and forth to. It's been a few years now, but I've even gone back and forth to the Shepherd Center and that patients that were there that I knew they got injured that was doing the same thing that I did. I didn't even know them. But I drove back and met up with them and that type of stuff. And even now, we got some of the guys, like Little Dakota Gladwell.
we got to meet Dakota. He's our neighbor over there.
Exactly. I also take him hunting every year, which is kind of hard being in a wheelchair and he's in a chair too, but
You get it done.
we get it done, at least 2 or 3 hunts a year he goes with me.
Yeah.
And, of course, I talk to him all the time. There's other guys that are in the group that we've met through other hunt organizations that we stay in touch with. I tell them I'm an open book. Ask me anything. If I can help out, because when I got injured, I didn't have that.
That's right.
It was cold turkey for me, and I didn't have anybody to ask questions. So if I can help somebody out now, make it a little bit easier.
It's in the mindset. Probably has to be just the sheer determination to be in a situation, because you're sitting beside me, but you don't look at me differently than you look at yourself. Really. I mean, what I can do, you can do, and that absolutely is. Yeah, put that picture on the TV. Oh yeah, put it. She's gonna put a picture of you, that deer you killed. And we've got a couple of the pictures too. We want to share. Grandkids.
That's opportunities that I've had from a wheelchair. I mean, I would have never met you if I didn't get paralyzed.
And I'm gonna tell you, that man does not like his back being patted. But we love that man right there.
Yes.
And I know you love that man right there.
So-
We're absolutely
Me getting hurt was not personal.
right.
And I'll be out of Walmart now. Oh my gosh, just for me.
Yeah, for
I'm
you.
doing more probably than you are.
Yeah.
Why is it for me?
Yeah.
For you.
Man,
Exactly,
I love
you know.
you. Love
So,
you.
I've had opportunities of Disney. I got caught in the aquarium there. Scuba dive.
Yeah, it's good. I told you.
Scuba dive. Got the rock crawl.
Really?
I rock crawl now myself. I got a rig I built a few years back. Of course, everybody laughs. I call it the Ookie Dook.
There you
It's a little Suzuki type.
go. There you
And
go.
we go trail riding with it. Everybody's got razors and
Yeah.
and I've had that. And I built it so my chairs stay clean
Right.
and my gear and stuff. Yeah, the dust and dirt. And we go to the mountains and it goes to the mountains wherever we go. 300 miles, 3-4 days.
And I know you.
It's been on his side. It's been on his side. He didn't do his roof yet. It's been on his side. So it's been on one wheel a time or two.
Yeah.
It's got its wheel wings. It's been upside.
And he's just an inspiration. I hope somebody's watching them like that. They need somebody like you, man. They can reach out to you.
Oh, yeah.
They can call us. They can call any of us, and we'll get them to see whatever. And I mean, Mr. Jeff, he came with you tonight. I knew you before you got here. Let's just say that. I knew you well before you got here, minus some of the stories we talked about last night. But your story is amazing, and I don't even really know what else to say about it other than, dude, you rock, man. You rock, dude.
You have these people out there that say, I can't do that.
Oh, yeah.
You hear somebody
Oh,
like this man.
Yeah.
I hear it all the time.
Yeah.
And it's funny because we'll be out here and we'll be like, I'm in a wheelchair getting ready. Really?
Right.
You know? So,
He's like me. Do you ever tell him? You ever tell him how you
yeah, I'm pretty
He does too.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty mean.
do something? I do everything. That's
I had a few that didn't want me to come up. To be honest, and it was like, what, maybe you need that, but you're being lazy.
That's right.
It's just a great weekend.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Positive. The water color smile. I always call him smile.
So when he comes up this year, can we maybe at least ride up one
Oh,
afternoon
yeah, come on
and
over.
hang out with y'all?
Yeah, you come on. You need to sit there stand with
they would not like to see any deer.
him. It ain't called the deer, man.
In the deer.
He didn't talk so much. I don't know, but that's why we didn't see it here.
Yeah,
It
it's,
doesn't matter. Yeah.
That's what
y'all just heard a good one from this man.
But I'm gonna tell you, hunting since I got paralyzed, hunting has been an avenue that has been great. I wish I had learned hunting before I got paralyzed.
That's right. That's right. To
But-
experience it from that,
From that
from the
standpoint.
healthy, you know.
Well,
I hate to say that out
it's not
loud. Right. Right.
nobody. We got over and he said, I don't know how to do this. I got in the middle of it. And so,
And
yes, let's see it. We get open him up.
So the moral of this story is never say I can't
can't.
do anything, because you absolutely can. And what these folks still don't realize is that you're not from the waist down. You're from
Just
chest down. Yeah, chest down.
just that.
And you still push through and you go and do whatever you set your mind to doing. And man, hats off to you, dude. I'm
I hunt by myself. Pretty much all during the season, unless I go to one of the organizations.
mhm.
Pretty much hunt around home by myself. And of course, I'm in the shop pretty much sometimes by myself. It's pretty much whatever you want to put your mind to.
That's right.
Right.
You know,
Working on bikes.
that's pretty much it.
Working on bikes.
Like,
That is amazing. And I'm gonna tell you, we could sit here and talk about this all night. Just know that we are so thankful that you come by. And now that I know you, you're the best dudes I ever. I mean, I already knew Mr. Jeff. What I need to do is get these two clowns in a stand together.
Oh,
Me and
yeah.
you go up together.
Hey, we will win.
Does he
I promise
has he ever been mad at you for not shooting something or?
oh yeah.
You don't have a chance. You don't have a-
You know, it's 25 go by, you're like, I'm like, dude, come on, what you want?
Yeah.
the little.
But it still goes back to sit and staying and moms and dads, you have kids, and you hook them kids to be raised right. Man, put them on a bike. Let them do some things that's a little bit out of your comfort zone, man. Let them do it. Let them be kids. Get them off the TVs. Get them off the games, off the phone. Get them outside. I don't care. We've got a pond right here by my house that's got more brim in it. And I'm gonna tell you, it's the grandkids love it. Man, when that bobber touches, it's going, and they love it. But get them out there and fall in love with that and watch how these kids watch what they do.
That's like Carson.
Oh, yeah.
Carson,
Yeah.
same way.
Yeah.
He had no clue.
No.
Yeah.
Now you can't probably keep him out of the room.
I got a picture,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a picture coming down here, Carson.
That's awesome. Oh, my love with it. No,
He was not happy. He was not happy with the whole family.
well, we're
He
going to
had
get.
flu and he was very upset.
Yeah, I imagine. Mr. Jeff, thank you for coming tonight.
Anytime I can find him, it's a good day.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We're look, the hour gets about, doesn't it? And even look.
Yeah.
I've got. We usually try to end this on something that's a positive. You know, 5 verses or 2, if you don't mind me doing that. If y'all don't mind. So I've got a passage. It's 2 Corinthians 4, 16 and 17. It says, this passage reminds us that our physical bodies are temporary, but our spirits are eternal. It's natural to focus on the negative when we're going through tough times. Relate to that, can't you? But 2 Corinthians 4, 6 through 17 encourage us to keep our eyes on the prize. No matter how much we suffer, we have the hope of eternity in heaven with our Father. All we have to do is trust in the Lord. And I want to read the verses, if you don't mind, just real quick. So we do not lose heart. Though this tough, regular motion doing this too, so I apologize. Though our outer self is wasting away, our inner self is being renewed day by day. For this light momentary affliction is preparing us for an eternal weight of glory beyond all comparison. So praise God. And I'm gonna end it like I do. I'm gonna let Mike do it, but every week I always say that if you do not know the Lord and Savior, if you do not know Jesus Christ, your Lord and Savior, my prayer, and I hate for it to sound harsh, but it's the only way I know how to put it. I hope that your heart is burdened, heavily burdened, and you go to your knees tonight and call me. Call. If you need somebody to talk to, if you need some guidance. I can't do it. I know some people that can. So without the Lord, you got nothing. Man, hey,
What a great show. Hey, thanks for coming, Mr. Jeff.
what a pleasure. What a pleasure.
Time at the Fuller Strong, you don't want to come up and, talk to people, you know how their mind frame is. I knew you wouldn't be cut up because he was I think he was doing burnouts on his wheelchair. It's like, now I know.
He looked at me, he said, another key. That was his first word. Another key. But,
That's awesome.
Once again, thank y'all for coming tonight. We love course, you're family to us, and now you're our family, and you will always be. And anything we can do or offer from our side is here. All I'm hoping for is everybody has an amazing night, amazing weekend. God bless y'all. Oh, the kids.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see it yet. Okay, there you
Back on there.
go. That's my little buddy right there, Andrew and Miss Vicky, fishing at their lake right beside the house.
There he is.
Yeah.
There he is.
Take a kid fishing, hunting, or get them outdoors, do something. Yeah. He's gonna love it. He better be watching the show.
Oh my.
Now that's his brother. There's no telling where they're going. They're probably jumping up and down. Craziest mess right now.
But, is that the two pictures you had? Is it more?
That's
That's
it.
it.
Yeah.
But let that be a testimony. Mr. Mike, their granddaddy, carrying them fishing, getting them outside, getting them in the outdoors. For all of us here, and for Full Mr. Keith, God bless y'all. Thank y'all for watching tonight. We really appreciate it.
Good night.
Good night, guys. That was awesome, baby.